Good evening, everybody. Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to Saturday night. It is the best night of the week, and that's because we got Romhack races, and we're all here, and we're ready for another level. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you're having a great Saturday, and we're about to have some fun. If you have never seen this before, I assume you have, but in case you're just coming in new, this is Romhack Races. We do this every Saturday, as you may know, it being Saturday and all. I'm just trying to see how many times I can say Saturday. This is a fresh Kaizo level that nobody's ever seen before except for the testers, plural, and the maker. And we've got racers who are going to take it on sight read, sight unseen. They have no idea what they're in for. I know who does know what we're in for, though. Chondontore, I hope I'm saying that right. Our maker tonight, the level Bridge Block Woods. Length of longest section tonight, 4 out of 10, as rated by our testers. Hardest trick to figure out, 5 out of 10. Hardest trick to execute, 4 out of 10. So a little bit brainy and a little bit down the middle with the skills. So my guess would be that maybe someone figuring out a section or figuring out the hardest obstacle first could be a clutch kind of move. Saying it perfectly. Okay, good. Chondontore, our maker tonight. I hope everybody's doing great. You can learn more if you want on romhackraces.com. That's our website. And check out this patch if you want to play this for yourself, or check out any of the other levels that we've had. This is week 153, so there are literally 153 really cool patches to play if you're looking for just a little bite-sized fun Super Mario World Kaizo levels. We've got Louis Douce, Kerr, You Fail Me, and Quiet Mason ready to start us off, and I'm told we have 17 who have signed up tonight. So if you want to keep track of everybody, exclamation leaderboard is the command in chat for you that will show who got what position, rank. We're here to support everybody. You know, it's a race, but it's a race between the player and the level at the end of the day. So let's cheer everybody on. But we do have that leaderboard, and that's on the website, of course, maintained by our pal D to the fourth, helping us out with like literally everything. We really appreciate that. There's nobody on the leaderboard right now yet because the race hasn't started. That gives you time to get some popcorn, grab a drink, make sure your pets are all comfy and everything, and make sure you're comfy because we got 2 hours. We schedule about 2 hours for these races, and it's going to be a fun time. We're looking for a little bit of a breakdown. Thank you for the raid, too. I want to say, attention deficit dad. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, everybody. We're just about to get started. Saturday night Romhack races. Hope you're doing great. One thing, I go over this before. I want to kind of point this out ahead of the race. 2 things that we're looking for in the race, because we're going to be talking about position. Which racer has good position, who's in a favorable position to win or not win. And good position means you're kind of out ahead in terms of progress. You either know more about what's coming up in the level, or you've been actually physically further than everybody else. Sometimes those 2 things can coincide, sometimes not, depending on how you gain knowledge in this. But consistency, get to the obstacle that you need to clear, and potentially some one-shots to just beat an obstacle on the first try. Both those things are helpful. They can, you could use both of them together, but sometimes one or the other tends to win the day. But I think the best racers are ones that kind of make use of what they've got. They're consistent, and they could get a one-shot. Anybody on screen, actually anybody racing tonight could probably get this. I really like these kind of 4 out of 10 levels. They just make for a more open playing field. And so we're going to see some fast action here, I'm sure. Chondontore again, our maker tonight. Check it out on Romhack Races. I'm GlitchCat7. You probably knew that. I'll be taking you through this shindig tonight, giving you the play-by-play. We're about 40 seconds out, so get ready. Here we go. We got Nathan MG to start us off in the upper left, Kerr in the upper right, You Fail Me in the lower left, and Quiet Mason in the You're all pretty great. All pretty great yourselves. Thanks for being here. Thanks for racing. Big shout outs especially to the folks who are here, even though it's kind of an inconvenient time zone. I know we've got folks that race like all around the world, and I think that's so cool. Big shout outs to the ones that are kind of up late or up early to participate. We really appreciate it, and everybody gets to see some great skills. So let's do it. Remember, nobody has any idea what they're in for, except for the testers. Heck, I don't know what they're in for. We're all gonna learn together. We got 17 racers tonight, so big crowd, and the scouts might be working overtime a little bit. We are ready to go. Let's go. You have arrived at Bridge Block Woods. You will race through 3 sections of these woods, each with a unique type of bridge block. Cool. So I like this right off the bat. We know kind of what the gimmick is going to be. These, I call them extendo blocks. I don't know what they're really called, but they are a vanilla asset, although we may see some little chocolatey things about this. So remember, we got a little bit more of a brain type of level, and the sections may be a little bit shorter. Right off the bat, we got Yoshi, and we're just dropping Yoshi in a pit. Accordion blocks would also work too. So they extend and retract on a sort of a timer. That's a consistent timer, and it starts, I believe it starts when the object actually spawns in. First thing here is to bail off Yoshi, land on the lower of the two extendos, and spin jump the way up to the piranha up there. We got that Fire Lotus giving a little bit of pressure on the player that controls how they have to come off that jump. When they're standing on the extendo, you got to kind of duck through the fire that's going. Looks like Quiet Mason in the lower right making a little bit of progress. This is where consistency is really going to come into play. How quickly can these racers just get consistent at this first obstacle? Looks like Quiet Mason really making moves. Yeah, so that's big. Quiet Mason in a good position right now. They know a little bit more of the level than what's coming up. But Kerr in the upper right also making moves here. And You Fail Me in the lower left getting to the same position. Now a little bit farther, and they're picking up the key. So wow, a lot of item stuff being used. I know Yoshi is a Yoshi Ascension creature we all love, but in a certain way you could consider Yoshi kind of item abuse, because you're bailing off Yoshi, you're moving Yoshi, you're using Yoshi to do things. We got Yoshi, the shell, and we got a key so far. So kind of some item tech going on, which is it's different. You actually it's weird for me to say this, but that's actually a little bit of a rarity for Romhack race levels. Here goes You Fail Me in the lower left. Got that key, and they're going to use it to key jump off the munchers. They see what to do next. Nicely done. Nicely done. Jumping key jumps to move that key to put it under the pipe. And just like that, faster than lightning here, You Fail Me in the lower left, getting the H, moving on to section 2. Remember, we were told that there were 3 sections right at the start, so this is 2 out of 3. Looks like B2, DE, 8-1 here in the upper left, about to make progress themselves. Quiet Mason, Kerr, still working on it. So second section, we've got a little bit more of the same here. Oh, look out, B2, oof, trying. And here goes Quiet Mason. Look at this. Those reads, though, that's what I'm talking about. Those one-shots. On a 4 out of 10 level, you might see a few more kind of one-shots like this. It is certainly possible to do, and it would really change the position for a lot of people. Here comes Cat Makes in the upper right. We got 3 folks on the second section now. And it looks like everybody is kind of trying to figure out what's up here. Yeah, it looks like You Fail Me has got it, and they have spent the most time on this section. Quiet Mason as well. So picking up that shell, yeah, on the extendo block. So this is another vanilla type of extendo block. It moves out like horizontally, and then it moves vertically, and it shifts on a cycle. That is also a vanilla asset. And we got B2, DE in the second section as well. So all 4 right now. This is great position. Looks like Quiet Mason in the lower right, really making progress right now. This is where one-shots are really going to come into play. Quiet Mason definitely sees what to do here. Can they get it? They did. Wow. Let's go. That's what we're talking about. Really clutch one-shot, changing the position. You Fail Me started out the second section in good position, and now they have to catch up a little bit. Quiet Mason with that big read. Thank you, K-Tune, for the raid. Thanks, Om Nom Nom, for the resub and for testing, being a valuable member of the Romhack Races team. Quiet Mason, though, carrying the whole team of themselves. These extendo blocks in the third section are not vanilla. These are custom. They move up and down. When they're in the up position, they're contracted, and when they're in the down position, they are extended. And that could change based on the type of custom. So definitely Quiet Mason sees what to do here, and just needs to kind of figure out the rhythm. Watch out. Quiet Mason playing dangerously tonight. B2, though, Cat Makes and You Fail Me getting really, really close. Really close. I'd like to see this. I'd like to see another challenger here on the third section. It's always nice to get a tighter race. Kerr with the H on the second section, and RB Pimlico as well. Here goes B2 in the upper left. Pipe. There it is. Nice job. B2 answering the call for a few more racers on this next section. But can anybody catch Quiet Mason right now? They have got a ton of knowledge, and they are just reading this so well. There it is. That looks like a pipe at the end of the section. You Fail Me. Let's go. Now, I want to see if You Fail Me can pull the reversal here and come out ahead of Quiet Mason after kind of losing position. Quiet Mason in the best position, but look at B2 just there getting really, really close. A lot of bouncing going on here. If I haven't explained something or some tech or something, please let me know. It's going by kind of quickly, but we just got some good bounce combos and some just good movement and positioning. The racers kind of being able to anticipate where the platforms are going to be. Oh, look out. Quiet Mason, what a strat. Let's go. B2, DE, no, a nigh. And that's going to do it for Quiet Mason. Wow. Let's go. Looks like You Fail Me as well. Oh my gosh, this was such a close race. You Fail Me on the retry. No way. The swag points. Oh, no hesitation. Yo, You Fail Me with the really close second. That was amazing. We got Catmakes in the upper left. We got Kerr in the lower right. B2 DE getting close to the third. Wow. Wow, that was fast. I love these. That is what is really fun about these 4 out of 10 races. They go a little bit quicker due to their being a little bit easier, which is a good thing because you get these dynamic kind of races. You Fail Me out ahead, but then just Quiet Mason just rocketing back. B2 and RB Pimlico taking us through the third section, hoping to be the third place finisher. Catmakes and Kerr still working on section number 2. Very close for first tonight. Say, sometimes we have more difficult levels, and sometimes we have easier levels. We like to switch that up because it allows different people. Some people want to race something hard. Some people want to race something easier. And so we like to kind of switch back and forth. Sometimes it's a quick clear, sub 10 minutes. Sometimes the first clear doesn't happen for half an hour or so. It all kind of depends, and I think, definitely people have liked that more than just having one kind of type of level. I really feel like we try to hit everybody's preferences. So a little bit faster of a level tonight, but I think they all have their charm. Here goes B2. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Now, are they going to be... Oh, all right. No nighs yet. A Yatanai, a death on the final obstacle. Haven't seen any of that yet. And B2... clutches out the third place win for tonight. Here goes RB Pimlico in the lower left. Wow, look at the speed, though. This is less than a minute apart. Oh yeah, RB playing a little bit safe. Here goes Catmakes in the upper right for the checkpoint. Kerr again, let's do it. Oh, they didn't float that jump slightly. I think they cut that jump a little bit. They could have held it, and I think they wanted to try to drop down a little bit. We got Ender of Games in the upper left. Kerr in the lower right, still working on the second section. Nathan MG, second section as well. Catmakes in the upper left on the third. How's everybody doing tonight, man? This is a good race. I hope you're all feeling well. Thanks for tuning in. I don't have anything to plug except for Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard. When you're enjoying a Romhack race and getting to the third section like Ender of Games, you can be sure that Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard is the mustard that keeps everybody feeling good. Feel good today with a big 5-gallon jar of Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard. And now, back to the race. Thanks, Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard guy. Kerr with that checkpoint. Let's go. I want to point out, too, in the third section here in this purple area, the ceiling lava. There is that nice purple colored ceiling lava up there. That is some of my favorite. The lava can have different palettes. And that is actually some of my favorite. I really like the purple soda lava. It just looks so tasty. I don't know. Lava looks delicious. That's just me. Don't actually drink lava, kids. It's not good for you. But admire it from a distance and just look at how delicious. It's like a slushy. You get like a icy at the mall with the little blue, red, green flavor stuff. Yo, Kerr, getting to experience the delicious lava. And moving on to the third section, Ender, Catmakes, and Kerr working for fourth right now. Nathan MG, though, not far behind. Let's go. B2, thanks for the raid. Great job. Great job. Thanks for racing with us. That's a fast one tonight. Lava cake, though, that's true. That is the safe way to enjoy lava. But I really like the ceiling lava up here. It does the same thing as maybe having a muncher ceiling or something, but I think when it comes to like decorating your levels and aesthetics and stuff, having a little bit of variance is a really good thing. So the ceiling lava is just a super nice touch here. It's in the floor and it's in on the ceiling. I also really like these pokey heads. Ender of Games, you see kind of moving through that section. I like those single. It's just the head of the pokey as they move through, and they can surf on the lava there. Boiling grape juice. Want some grape juice? It's piping hot. Yeah, piping hot grape juice, just like Mom always used to make back in the wintertime when we had to walk 15 miles to get to the checkpoint. Of course, folks were more frame perfect back in those days. Yeah, Ender of Games really making moves right now. Oh, that's clever. It's actually just a vanilla pokey covered by the lava tiles. I didn't know that would work that way. That's a neat little vanilla trick, Chon. Very clever. Yeah, you can't see the bottom of the pokey because it's just moving around in the lava down there. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a good little maker trick. Take notes. You feel me? Yo, great race tonight. Thanks for the raid. That reminds me of that Simpsons where Marge is, she's like, Lisa, I made some homemade Pepsi for your dance. It's a little thick, but the price is right. It's just like this, big, 2-gallon bottle of syrup. Yo, Pat, thank you for the raid. How's everybody doing, man? I'm glad we can have some fun tonight here. We got some hype going on tonight. This is great. This is great. Cat Makes in the upper right, getting pretty close. There they are. Let's see what Cat Makes has got. Okay, now they can get the retry on that. Yeah, very good. Situational awareness here. Oof. Here goes Nathan MG. Ooh, need to jump up and grab that grab block out of the corner there and then not die. Ender of Games. What? That was so fast. Oh, wow. Let's go. Ender of Games really showing their skills tonight. Nicely done. That was, what, a fourth? Well played. We got Germ Dove in the upper left. It's Germ Dove, Cat Makes, Nathan MG, and Kerr about to get in that pipe. Let's go, Kerr. Now, can they get out of here? Here goes Cat Makes. No! Oh, no! Oh, they were right there. Cat Makes with the Nye on the way into the pipe, and Kerr coming out on top. Nicely done. I just want to point out that we have had so many clears. We're not 20 minutes into the race tonight. We have had so many clears. That is really good. If you have cleared the level already, that is really, really, really good. Don't necessarily look at position in the leaderboard and think that position in the leaderboard equals skill. It is just skilled players versus other skilled players here. Nathan MG proving that point. Nicely done. And here goes Muzzle. Joins them just in time. Oh my gosh. Muzzle, Louis Douce also out the doors. That's what I'm saying. This is not, if you got, the difference between what, first and sixth or seventh here, this is skilled players racing against other really skilled players. Not, don't let the leaderboard fool you on this one. This was anybody's race tonight. Here goes Cat Makes. Nicely done. Let's go. All right. No, and you know what? 0 Nyes. Nobody, not a single buddy has died on the final jump. And you know what? I bet EJ in the lower left here joins us. Misha Vargas as well. What's up? And Germdove, no, almost making it in. Nathan, thanks for the raid. Thanks for giving me a lot of stuff to commentate tonight. This is awesome. I feel like I'm rapid fire. Rusty Fuzzy in the upper right on the second section. Misha Vargas in the lower right on the also the second section. Hey, what do you know? I really like that trick at the beginning of the second section here. They have to grab the shell when the extendo platform is up and then do a shell jump in order to waste enough time so that the extendo platform opens back up again. Manipulating cycles is what we would call that. And it's really important as a player to just kind of get a good feel for cycles. Germdove, nicely done. There they are. Now, please no knives. Germdove, no, don't do it. Thank you. Good job. Good job. No death. I don't want to see any deaths at the end of the level. Everybody's doing great tonight. Everybody's playing really well. Y'all ate your Pac-Man cereal this morning. That was real. Look it up. Pac-Man cereal. They made it. That was big in the 80s. I mean, it wasn't big. It was the size of normal cereal, but it was very popular is what I'm trying to say. Blue Ribbon High Life in the upper left. EJ Misha Vargas on the third section. Blue Ribbon on the first. That's cool. We get to see it some more. Rusty Fuzzy on the second. Way to play. Everybody's doing great. But I was gonna highlight the importance of cycles. It's a really good skill for those cool Hepcat top tier video gamesters to have a really intuitive sense of cycle timing. If you take a look at the extendo blocks and you watch them open and close, if you were to sit there and just watch that happen, it would always take the same amount of time. It's gonna open, and then it's gonna wait, and then it's gonna close, and it's just gonna do that forever. A lot of things have what you would call a consistent cycle like that. The Lava Lotus will always kind of shoot fire and then wait and then shoot fire again. Lots of things work like that, and the better that you can kind of tell exactly when something is going to move, exactly how long it's going to take for the cycle to be in the favorable position as a player, that's a really good skill to have. Not even just in Kaizo, but in all sorts of games. Just being able to kind of feel that timing out and know, okay, it's going to take about this long. It kind of seems like magic, like you're psychic. You just know that block is going to be there because you can feel how long that timing is. That's why I tend to think musicians sometimes are favored in video game stuff because musicians always practice on the beat. You know, musicians have a good sense of rhythm and beat. And, playing drums or working on a musical instrument can help you out. Rusty Fuzzy working on their chops and getting to the third section. Misha Vargas ready to win it. Let's go. Here we are. Misha Vargas. There we go. Nicely done. No! No! You hate to see it. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, no. Here, that's going to give the shot for EJ. No. Oh, no is there. Oh, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Good job, EJ. Well played. Misha Vargas, it happens. It happens. I've done it too. And look at that consistency. Misha Vargas right back here. Yeah, they're not going to be fooled twice. No way. This is it. Let's go. Nice job. Great consistency. I think Misha Vargas just wanted to show off their consistency at this section by getting right back there. You know, they're just goofing off a little bit. We got Less Than Possum, Rusty Fuzzy, Proto Pizza hanging out on the second section, Rusty Fuzzy on the third. Endless Ascent, what is up on the first section? We didn't really get to see the first section that much, so I actually kind of appreciate somebody working hard to get through. Y'all are working hard at being great chat members, too. Yo, Endless Ascent also kind of doing a little cheese strat and skipping landing back on the lower extendo platform. They're just grabbing that shell into the shell jump right off of the caped Koopa. It works. It's a little bit tougher because you originate from a lower point on the screen, so it makes it tougher to get over that wall. That's what the coin blocks there are trying to indicate, a target to throw the shell at. But it is working for them. Yeah, wow, they're really getting it. Although it is kind of putting the red Koopa into the pit, where if they did it the intended way, the red Koopa may be in a different position, so maybe they'll have to compensate for that. Yeah, let's hear it for your friends in chat. Less Than Possum, Proto Pizza, Rusty Fuzzy, and Endless Ascent. Yo, if you're having a fun night here and you want to try some of these levels out for yourself, check out romhackraces.com. That's our very official website, where every Romhack patch that there ever was. Yes, of course. Be very fancy. Be a Romhack Races level patch millionaire, or a 153 heir. And talk about the market and the French season. It's very fun, even if you're not affecting an aristocratic accent as such. But it's super fun. Check out the patches on the website. Play it for yourself. You don't have to be a part of the race. It's always fun. Hey, if you want to, you can. Sign-ups are free, but if you want to just try it out, they're hanging out right there. Did Endless Ascent just do a midair? I didn't notice. I didn't notice. I didn't see it. now I'm paying. Now I'm watching closely here. Oh, geez. I see what. Oh, yo, Rusty Fuzzy, let's go. And they're done. Nice. Good job. That was a matter of time. Sub 21. Well played. Rusty Fuzzy, GG. Yeah, Endless Ascent is... I think they might have just realized a better way to do that obstacle. This is where a little bit of braininess comes into play. Having to figure out a few setups. When there are a lot of moving parts in a level, it can be that much more difficult to figure out what you're doing. Just because it's, you know, cycle timing, like we said. Rusty Fuzzy, thanks for the raid. Thanks for racing with us. We got Blue Ribbon High Life and Endless Ascent on the first section here. Blue Ribbon getting close. And Less Than Possum and Proto Pizza working on the second section. Yeah, the accidental rage quit. Uh-oh, Proto Pizza. Oh, no, they had it. Oh, where's that? Where's that don't be hasty emote? Oh, they tried. I think they knew that they were a little bit late on the extendo cycle. They knew that they had to rush it a little bit, and they tried. That was a valiant effort. Yeah, that was they made the right play, actually. I think that's also the play I would have made there. They noticed that the cycle was going to betray them a little bit, so they tried to move a little quicker. There you go, right back, no problem. Proto Pizza on the third section. That was good. Really good consistency. You can tell when someone has like learned a section, you know. I love to see that crystallize. It really is kind of a cool like crystallization process. You just watch their techniques solidify. Watch them like make the wrong decision, make the right decision, but do it wrong, and then get it right. And you just see them like accumulate that. It's very fun. Blue Ribbon High Life about to get out of this first section. Endless Ascent trying too. Leader right now on screen, Proto Pizza in the third section. Actually, this is cool. All three sections on screen. All three different areas of the level. That's fun. Less Than Possum, let's go! Oh yeah, the one Koopa strat. Very well done. Less Than Possum, all right. Challenger approaches. I like this. This is a pretty good little race here. This cool thing I think about Romhack races sometimes is there's like races within races, you know? There's the main Romhack race going on, obviously, but now we've got a race like between Proto Pizza and Less Than Possum. They both got to this section at about the same time. They both have the same about the same amount of experience. I don't know why that's a tongue twister. And I'm just curious to see, you know, how they handle this, how they play it out. One thing to note for this first obstacle is not jumping too soon. If you jump too soon off that one block and try to land on it below, you're going to be too early. It's not going to be there for you when you get down to the bottom. And that's, again, having a good sense of the cycles, knowing how long it's going to pause up there at the top, and just being able to feel that, because it's always going to be the same. You can always count on it. Once you know and you have that rhythm, you know, just stick with it. Kind of, you got to, something in a phrase from an old book about how to win arcade games comes to mind. I collect these sorts of things because I like learning about how people thought about video games back in the day. And one thing that they always said in this old book was, you have to find the heartbeat of the game. Find the heartbeat of the game. I know that sounds like a guy on a mountaintop is saying that, but there's something to it, you know. Think of the platform cycles as a heartbeat. There's a pulse. Move, stop. Move, stop. Go, wait. Go, 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 go. Wait, wait, wait. You know, if you can find that heartbeat and find that rhythm, you can kind of get. It really does. It becomes like a Matrix thing. I don't know. I know this sounds all silly and like I'm just, oh yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, but if you can really find the heartbeat, it gets kind of spooky. You know what's about to happen. You move right before you have to, and it's fun. I think it's kind of exciting. There's a zen to it. I'm telling you. Less Than Possum making big progress right now. Looks like Proto Pizza kind of working on it a little bit. Endless Ascent also has cleaned up their. Looks like they've cleaned up that shell jump approach a little bit. I think they figured out the easier way to do it would be to grab the shell when it's the extendo platform is there. The Caped Koopa is to give you time to wait for the extendo. Yeah. And that works out for Endless Ascent because now the red vertical Koopa is facing to the right when they get to that jump to land on it. And that makes the Koopa fall and walk to the right and get in that pit. So Endless Ascent has now figured out that obstacle. You know what? I'm going to give Endless Ascent, just 5 shiny, 10. I'm feeling generous. 10 shiny, big shiny token-sized cool points. Because they got this to work the hard way, and then they figured out what was wrong, and then they corrected course, and that's worth celebrating. That's a skill. That's talent in Kaizo. You'd be really surprised how many people need to work on that skill. And when I say that, I'm including myself as well. Question what works. If what you're doing is working a little bit, but it's way suspiciously hard, maybe it's not what you do. Just because you're getting through doesn't mean you found the solution, necessarily. How many shiny gold points need to insert for 1 round of Pac-Man? 4 cool points. They're worth 4 quarters. So put it that way. The exchange rate between cool points and American US dollars may be a little bit hard to quantify. Here goes Less Than Possum. Yo! Oh! They waited a little bit on that grab block toss. One thing about throwing a grab block is if you're going to hit a turn block like that, you actually don't want to be right up against it. If you're like pressing up against the wall and you throw the grab block, it has a chance to break and not even open the turn block at all. So I think what Less Than Possum was trying to do was make sure that they were standing a little far back. Just put a little teeny bit of distance between you and the turn block you're hitting and try to get that hit to work consistently. And they just did that a little bit too slow. Nice try. But yeah, one cool point can get you 4 games of Pac-Man. And if you're good, 1 game of Pac-Man can last many hours. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. It pays to be good at video games. Think about that, will you? It was cost-effective, literally cost-effective, to be good at video games back in the day when every game cost a quarter, because you could play more, right? If you weren't that good, you don't get to play as much. You literally, the length of play is determined by your skill, which is kind of wild, given that modern games just have infinite lives and such. Less Than Possum, though. Let's go, yeah. They threw the grab block sooner that time, as they were kind of on their way up from that jump. Nicely done. Well earned. Less Than Possum with the good consistency. Here goes Proto Pizza. Oh, see that? Proto Pizza landed on the edge of the extendo because they wanted to put that distance between them and the grab block wall. Very cool. Good presence of mind. Nicely done, Proto Pizza. Look how tight. See? Okay, remember when I said there was like kind of a little race between Proto Pizza and Less Than Possum? Look at that. Look how close they were. Racers kind of pair off against each other in a manner of speaking. Is Blue doing controlled shell jumps? Let's see. We got Seocadelic and Sony Slave coming in here. Everybody on the first section now. Let's cheer them on. Oh, yo, Blue Ribbon getting really close to the pipe. There's a little bit of an easier way for them to do that. They're trying to grab the key in a key jump and then immediately throw it and just fall in on it, where they could be using the edge of the extendo a little bit to land. Also, yo, Proto Pizza, thank you for the raid. Great job tonight. If anybody, too, has any questions about anything or just wants to, doesn't understand something about the mechanics, let me know. Shout it out in chat. Yeah, everybody did really well on the ending. Oh, yeah, check it out. Seocadelic. That's a neat strat. Yeah, that is a neat strat. Oh, man, I thought they were going to win on that one. Yeah, so what CO is doing is they're picking up the key, and then they're just like setting it down in the same space that the lava lotus is in. And when they spin on the lava lotus, then you just pick up the key. That's pretty cool. I like that. Clever, brainy. They can have a cool point too. Just one though, because they're pretty good at video games. I feel like all they need are 4 quarters to play Pac-Man. Also, you could spend your quarters on other things. It doesn't have to be Pac-Man. Blue ribbon. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah! Let's go! Nicely done. That's a tough move to make. You don't want to be pressing Y when you're standing on the key. You want to jump grab Y and B at the same time, and then drop the key, but then let go of Y before you touch the key on the ground, or you're just going to pick the key up from underneath yourself. So really tight input work there from Blue Ribbon High Life. Nice job. Moving on to the second section. It's a nice way to recover. Being able to do that skill that Blue Ribbon was doing there, where they just kind of pick up the key, drop it a little bit forward. All you have to do to get that done is hold down and then jump up, do the key grab, drop it, and then repeat. Just rinse and repeat. And every time you do that, the key will inch forward a little bit in the direction you're facing because you drop things about a half a block ahead of yourself. CO, let's go. CO Kadelic making it through as well. Top part of your screen, second section. Sony's Slave, Endless Ascent on the bottom, working on the first. Yeah, big win tonight for Quiet Mason. I you know what, I really feel like I should be a better statistician when it comes to this, but I don't know if Quiet Mason has won one before. That may be their first win. Quiet Mason, a really talented player, Fire and Ice. Oh, Endless Ascent, man, they're right there. Sony Slave. Mason has won at least one before. Okay, yeah. And Chon, I know Chon has a hack as well. If you like the level design here, I'm blanking on the name of it, which I feel shame. But yeah, Full Bloom. Thank you. If you like this level design, you want to play a little bit more from Chondontore, check out Full Bloom on SMW Central. It's a good one. Yo, getting close. Yeah, I like the positivity. You feel me? I like that. You know, I mean, again, to point out, we say Romhack races, but it's not about who got first place, second place. Like I said, we had all three. We had like the top 10 clears in like under like 25 minutes tonight. That's really tight. That's all. That means like everybody that did that is really, really talented. Could have been anybody's race, if not for a jump here or a regrab there. You know, so we're here to support everybody. It's about you versus the level, and it's about the way you approach it. Sometimes a player that did it essentially slower did it in a cooler or more difficult way, or did one section faster. Like last week, we had somebody just annihilate the boss, even though they weren't the first place finisher. They probably did the boss faster than just about anybody else. So there's these little moments built into a lot of Kaizo runs where it's not about, oh my gosh, who's the most skilled player ever, but like the creativity, the adaptability, the clutch moves, the saves, the knowledge, the consistency. That's what it's all about. Big thanks, of course, to Dr. No behind the scenes tonight, running the restream, helping everybody out in chat, the testers and the scouts. We really, really appreciate it. That's you. Yeah, that was you. You did that. And it was a great play, Misha. And it was a fantastic play because that's what I'm talking about, right? It's not like, oh, first place. All right, first place. Cool. That's great. You did well. We're all, good job. Not to lessen the achievement, but first place isn't the whole story about skill. Know what I mean? Oh, Endless Ascent. No. They kick that key forward when they ought to have probably dropped it down. Kicking things forward gives it unwieldy momentum sometimes. Makes it hard to tell where it's going to land or what's going to happen next. Looks like they're right back there with this consistency, though. Key jumps are tough. Key jumps are a fairly advanced skill. I think key jumps are tougher than people like to say they are. Oh, key jumps, they're free, no problem. They're tricky. You can actually kind of... The key is an oddly shaped hitbox. It's not, well, it's just odd. It just feels, it's big, it's a big square, and it can react weirdly when Mario touches it. It can kind of kick you off the corner or just kind of behave oddly sometimes. Whoa! All right, I will sign off on that one. I can definitely co-sign on that. Donation of what's that? 100,000 awesome points for Darkenine for helping with the leaderboard tonight. I will get my gold pen and sign right off on that one. Thanks, Darkenine. That's twitch.tv/Darkenine. This music is chill. I hope you're all feeling chill too. Getting a chance to relax. CO, though, might be feeling a little bit hype right now. Third section. Let's go. I feel like CO would like this level. CO is a player who does a lot of maker and player who does a lot of kind of like vanilla with a twist kind of stuff like this. I feel like CO is probably having a good time with this level tonight. Hey, yo, I want to say big shout outs to folks who are playing the level offline. We really, really appreciate that. It's super cool. You know, the race is fun for folks that want to do it or are able to. And if you just want to play along and have fun, big shout outs. We really appreciate that. That's something that we definitely, was always kind of the goal, is just to give people something fun to do and newer players to kind of have a place to land. That's awesome. 1725 is a really good clear. Good job, Text Jets. Good job. Yeah, welcome for the people who just kind of want to play offline. That's definitely cool to do. Here goes CO. Look at this. Oh my freaking gosh. Holy cow, that was fast. CO Cadelic. What the heck? That's what I'm talking about. See? Okay, not necessarily the first clear, but look at the reads. Look at the reads absolutely crushing that section. That's what it's all about. Sometimes those reads, just being able to see it and do it. You don't have to practice. You just know what's going on. That is awesome. Well done. Just played yourself for the first time. You got 1811. Well, you know what? You are more than welcome to. I say everybody is welcome. If you're playing the levels off stream, good luck, and I hope you're having fun. That's awesome. Please have fun. Let us know. Feel free to shout out in chat if you win or what your time was. That's great. Thanks. I really want to celebrate that. If anybody does want to race, we have signups on the website. They are open to anybody that cares to participate. And if you do want to stream, I know that can be tricky for some people, but if you do want to stream, emulator, clone console, Super NT, whatever, it's all good. And you just have to use the layout. We have a layout. The reason for that is it makes it easier for us to rotate streams in. If we know that everybody's crop is going to be the same, their gameplay window is going to be the same size, rather than having to resize everybody's stream and crop it differently and stuff. So please feel free. I'm always happy to see new names coming along and racing with us. Sony Slave, Max Takeover, yo, a very accomplished player. Max Takeover has cleared some really difficult shell levels, including Hashem Thumb Shredder's dad. Or wait, I'm sorry. Perhaps I misspoke. Max Takeover, a very quality player, but I think there was a different Max that is the shell player. and now I'm just slightly embarrassed. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, thinking Max Creed. Shoutouts to Max Creed, the shell player. Max Takeover, a talented player. Sorry, homie. Whoops. You know what? I'm gonna give him credit anyway, though. Let's just give it to him. Max Takeover, clearer of Thumb Shredder's dad. I'll give that one to him for free. That one's on me. That was my bad. Max Takeover, Sony Slave, Blue Ribbon High Life, Endless Ascent. Let's go. Yeah, great job, Sia. That was a really tight read in the end. So we're about 40 minutes into the race. We do schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts. So feel free to hang out and chat. I mean, there's at a certain point there's only so much play-by-play I can give on exactly the same obstacles. But if you have questions, comments, anything you want to learn about, talk about, please feel free. I'm trying to point out all the cool stuff that the racers are doing. Sony Slave, yeah, here we go. Sony Slave in the lower left, taking their time. I appreciate that. Look at that, nice. Just taking their time, nicely done. No need to rush it. Oh, the up throw though, you hate to see it. That can be a cause of death with key jumping, is trying to go too fast. Key jumping is a lot about hand position, you know, where your hand is on the controller, how you hit the buttons, because you want to hit both those at the same time. And if you're trying to rush and go super fast, not like the Geddy Lee, not like Tom Sawyer rush, but just trying to go too quickly, you might slip. It's easy for your hand to lose position, your thumb to kind of get out of position on the controller. So taking your time when you are able to, when it comes to key jumps, and just really making sure you're ready to make that motion is never a bad idea. Everybody doing really clean shell jumps tonight. I like that. Everybody's been practicing. I'm proud of you all. I'm very proud of you all for practicing your shell jumps, because everybody's getting it really cleanly tonight. It's a nicely set up area too. That gap, just the distance away from the wall, and the size of the wall you have to get over is very polite. We always talk about rude level design. I think we should also talk about polite level design. I really like that jump too that Endless Ascent is doing. There's so many nice little, just really little like poetic tricks here. The stall with the shell jump at the beginning is just like really poetic. And then the shell jump that Blue Ribbon's about to do in the upper right, shell jump down through those two piranha plants, and then using the two piranha plants that you were just avoiding to get back up the gap. That's really cool. I like that. That's a nice obstacle. Very chill. Sorry about that. We lost Max Takeover. They may have been taken over. Someone sent a search party. We got Endless Ascent and Blue Ribbon High Life and Sony Slave still kicking it with us here. And we have all of you in chat. You fine, noble audience, you. Thanks for being a part of Romhack Races. If this is your first time here, smash that follow button. It's one of those magic self-repairing follow buttons. Don't worry, you can smash it. And come back and see us again. We do these every Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. And we're always looking for different special events and things. We may try to get some other time zone races and some special events and stuff coming up. We got some double headers perhaps in the works for some Romhack races. A little bit of SMB3 and a little bit of SMB2. So it's not even just SMW. Endless Ascent, no way. So close. Oh yeah, they gotta go beat Thumb Shredder. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to confuse the players. They were just both named Max, and I'm sorry. Hey, yo, great attempts. Well played. Well played. You know, it's honest. I mean this. I don't mean this in a sarcastic way. I legit mean this. Sometimes the strat is to just take a rest. Think of it like the long-term project. The win on the level is the win on the level. It doesn't matter what it took to get there. Endless Ascent. Let's go. Nicely done. All right, let's see how they do, because I've seen folks utterly smash this section here. Endless Ascent in the upper left, getting ready to really just run for it here. Hey, what's up, Pi? Good to see you. I'm rooting right now for Sony Slave. Try to stay impartial, but Sony Slave has gotten really close. They're making great time. They just got to get that last, that last key jump obstacle. Yeah, Endless Ascent. Yeah, so as far as accidental up presses, I'll be honest, I have never really seen a broken or a worn out pad to be the main cause of accidental up throws. I know that might be one of those, like, tell me the truth, I'm ready to hear it memes, but in my experience, I have a hunch that accidental up throws are more often than not the fault of the player. And I say this as it happens to me too, right? I'm not saying anyone's bad or anyone has a bad technique, but I really do. I think that most of the time, accidental up throws are kind of the result of holding your thumb in an awkward way, where you accidentally kind of fat finger a direction when you don't mean to, or just having your hand at a weird angle, or maybe the little ball at the bottom of the plastic D-pad is a little bit off or something. Look at the consistency from Endless Ascent. I'm just sitting here watching this. You get accidental up throws on hitbox sometime. That is strange. Now that's a weird one. That's odd. You'd think that would make it, but yeah, I mean, worn rubbers can contribute. Oh my gosh, Endless Ascent. I'm jabbering away over here, and Endless Ascent making short work of this section. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Oh no! Oh, they tried to be skeptical and play it safe. I think that was a safety move. They thought, oh no, I shouldn't go right now. That was skepticism that actually bit them in the butt that time. Oh, bummer. But look at this consistency. They're right back. Oh my gosh. I love this. Can they get it on this run? Ah, so close. I love this consistency though. That's the pro play. But it's rubber. Can the broken pads contribute? Sure, they definitely can. Depending on how you hold the controller, your hand technique, how hard you press, it definitely is a contributing factor. But in my experience, I think it's more likely when there's an accidental up throw, more likely that it might be just like an error in hand technique more than a busted controller. Because I've had ripped like right and left pads on my D-pad before, and I still haven't seen that contribute necessarily to bad up throws. It might just be my technique. I'm not trying to be like, oh well, it never happens to me, but I don't know. I think that missed inputs, missed jumps, and failed to register inputs, that's what happens with a mushed up controller, broken pads. You don't always get the input to register when you want. But as far as just accidentally getting the wrong input, I don't know. I've seen that less. Oh, yeah. Endless Ascent. Getting back away from the edge. They're done. Let's go. Well played. That was great. I love seeing people rip through that third section. It's like by the time they get there, they're just like, oh, yeah, I know this now. I'm ready to rock. Well played. Although I will say, keep your controller pads in good working order. That's I think that's always a good thing to do if you want to be sure that it's not the controller screwing you over a little bit. Keep your pads in good working order. I know it's annoying to open the controllers and those tiny little screws, but if your controller feels really extra squishy, or you're just like, why is it eating my jump? I know I pressed the button. Why isn't it working? Don't have that paranoia. Check your pads. Check your pads frequently. I find, for me, I mean, granted, I play a lot. Like, I put in 6 hours of Nintendo a day sometimes, but I find I get about 5 to 6 months of life out of a set of pads. D-pad pads last longer, I think, than button pads. The buttons tend to shred first, but I feel like I get about 4 to 6 months of life out of any set of pads, and then I'm changing them. So keep an eye on that. Hey, Max Creed, there you are. Hey, I got you confused with a different Max. We got Blue Ribbon High Life and Sony Slave. Sony Slave working on the first section. They're so close, though. They deserve it. And Blue Ribbon High Life learning the second. Oh, yeah, Sean, that's another thing to keep in mind or wonder about, too. If it's not, maybe literally the wiring is getting a little bit funky in the controller and those little signals get crossed or something. Cosmic rays, man, they can happen. It's not just a meme. Sony Slave so close. Sony Slave sells seesaws by the seashore. Sony Slave sells seahorse shells by the salty seashore. You can save when you buy a seashore shell from Sony Slave at the seashore. Savor the savings at Sony Slave's shop of seahorse shells at the salty seashore. Sony Slave making the save at the seashore. Sony Slave. No. They didn't get the key jump. Man, I felt that one. I felt that one in my own hands. My, oh my. Thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of Romhack races tonight. Yeah, the nerves can get you. They can get you. You know, I'll be real, even me. Well, obviously me. But I get nervous when I race. Definitely. It's I don't know. It's a skill to practice. Just like anything else, is getting your nerves under control. Blue Ribbon has definitely got that first shell jump figured out. Now what? They're making moves. They're undercutting that shell jump a little bit. I think they're throwing the shell too soon on that second one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a skill, right? You feel me? You know, it's a you practice. You practice kind of being in that state. Practice staying calm in that state. And yeah, It's something that gets learned. And it's fun for me as a commentator. I see people come back, week after week and improve. I love that. I have literally before my very own eyes seen folks after a couple of weeks really get better. I've seen folks come up and win them. You know what I mean? Like, it's anybody's game. That's something I really enjoy about Kaizo, is the sky's the limit when it comes to skill. There's something out there that'll challenge you at whatever skill level you're at, until the point where you can just build things. You know what I mean? You just build something challenging. Like, it never ends. You can always get a little bit better. Oh yeah, it's me, that really famous podcast dude. Thanks for coming to the podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard. Use the code Da Vinci's 420 at the checkout to get a savings coupon worth 69 cents. Hey. No, I'm actually not that podcast guy. Yo, give me an S in chat if you're having a comfy Saturday night. Thanks for making Romhack races a little part of it. It's really it's an honor. I really appreciate that. A lot of people, we all do. I feel I speak for the whole Romhack races staff. We really appreciate that folks. It's an event. You get to have fun. People look forward to it. I look forward to it. Saturday night, sitting down with Romhack races. I'm glad. I really appreciate that, and I'm glad that everybody can feel comfy. Blue Ribbon High Life, my word, one jump away. They know what to do. Yeah, they're looking at it. Sometimes the play, honestly, pause, wait on that death screen, and just take a look, see what it is, think about it, figure it out. That's a legit strat. In the same way that maybe pause buffering can be a strat sometimes. It's not certainly not a banned technique. I don't think there are any banned techniques. If you can beat the level, you should. Oh no, Sony Slave. Gosh, I want it. I feel it. I feel that it hurts. It hurts me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give Sony Slave, once they get through this pipe, there's gonna be a big bag of shiny gold cool points waiting for them on the other side, right below the H. It's gonna be a big bag of them, like a cartoon bank robber with a big dollar sign on the bag. It's gonna be that. The cartoon bank robber dropped it. It's the bank robber from Keystone Capers. Shout outs to all 3 people that know that game. I know, look at the consistency, right? That's the thing. They're so consistent getting back there. They just need that key drop. Fun fact. Hold up. Fun fact. Blue Ribbon High Life. In there. Nicely done. Blue Ribbon High Life on the 3rd section. Now, we could expect a really fast clear here. Yeah. Endless Ascent. And I don't mean that, like, no shade, no shame or anything. But that is a good lesson learned. That's a really, I think everybody, myself included, would do better as a player to check that out. And question what works. If something is suspiciously difficult, wow, I can't believe I'm getting this, but it's so hard. I never seem to have the height or the distance or whatever. It may be that's the incorrect strat. Questioning what works is a really good play. Hey, yo, Locust, it's good to see you. Hello. Locust is hello. Locust is a friend from my stream. And a friend from Romhack Races too. I thought of you specifically when I learned of something today. I was reading Wikipedia articles and I learned about Albert's. I think it was called Albert's Swarm. It was a swarm of now extinct locusts that plagued the Midwest in the middle 1870s and reported to have been as large as the size of California, the swarm was. And I thought, you know who would like that fun fact? My friend Locust from Twitch. But I was going to give you another fun fact, too. Talking about Keystone Capers, the game. There's a company right now, Audacity Games, that has some of the old Activision developers, and they are apparently making a sequel to Keystone Capers called Casey's Gold. I'm really excited to give that a try when it comes out. Talking about bug facts. Ooh-wah. It's bug facts. You know, I have a tip. I have a tip for folks who are working with that whole question what works kind of strat. I don't know how helpful this would be, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway. Think about the physicality of the level. And I know that's a weird way to put it, but try to think in terms of what you can do and not figuring out what the level wants you to do. I know that's a weird distinction, and it seems like, well, yeah, no, duh, that's the same thing. But look at the space. Question the space. Think about, okay, maybe I could just jump over this. You know, maybe I don't have to spin jump here. Maybe I do have to spin jump here. Maybe jumping lower is the play. Think about just, like, cheese first and figure out what the intention is second. You're always looking outside the intention. You're looking at what's possible in the physical space. That's what I mean by the physicality. Yeah, cheese first. Think from a perspective of you're always trying to get out of doing. Oh, that's what you say to do. But maybe that, but I'm not going to do that, you know? 9 times out of 10, you are going to end up having to do whatever the maker says. That's just kind of how Kaizo is, right? But 1 time out of 10, maybe 2 times out of 10, you're either going to find a cheese strat or you're going to not do the incorrect hard strat. You're not going to get stuck in those not questioning the strat loops because your MO is just to always question the strat, just literally constantly. Just every single time. Is that really what I do? Most of the time it's going to be yes, but don't let that have you fall asleep and stop questioning, right? Like, yeah, you know the strat. Okay, cool. But always be looking for that better way. Always. I don't know. Maybe that's helpful. Maybe that's not helpful. Like, it seems kind of obvious, right? Like, well, yeah, no, duh. But, yeah, it can be a lot like rock climbing. You can totally skip that one. I don't have to put my leg in this one hold over here if I just kind of swing my body over and grab this other thing that's easier. Think about the physical space first and the intention of the maker second. All the maker did was throw some stuff in a particular order, in a particular arrangement, right? That's all the level is. It's just a bunch of stuff. It's just stuff. So treat it as though it were messy and incomprehensible and just try to do whatever you want. You know, when I'm looking for cheese or when I'm looking for alt strats, the first thing that I think about is, what do I want to happen? What would be the coolest thing right now? What do I want? Well, what I really want is just to clip through the wall and just go right to the end, right? Every single any percent run wants to just do a 4-button combo code and just warp, right? That's what we all want. You know, any percent is the reduction of inputs, basically, to get the goal in the game. So think about that, right? Think about that first. Reduce the number of inputs. If the solution that you're using for an obstacle requires 4 or 5 or 6 different inputs, reduce that. Favor the solution with the fewest number of inputs, because every input is a point of failure. If you're not doing inputs, you can't lose. You know, think about it. If you just get shot out of a cannon and hold one button, you're not doing any inputs. You're just doing one constant input, and then you win. There's no way to fail that. You know, there's no way to fail just falling down because there's no input. So if you reduce the number of inputs, you reduce the points of failure. And if the solution that you're going for is particularly hard because you have to do this one precise landing, turn around, grab an object, throw it up, do this other thing, maybe that's not what you do at all. Think about that. Think about it, will you? Yeah, true that, too. When it comes to Locust, the band and the bug are both cool. Blue Ribbon High Life here on the right, making their way. They're gaining the consistency. Taking a little break. That's another good strat. Take a break. Rest your hands. It's okay. You're fine. You're not gonna lose. Everyone's not gonna be like, oh, they paused. Don't worry about it. Take a break. Have a drink. Yeah, be on the lookout for full jumps and no input bounces. Totally. That can be a big help. These pretzels are making me thirsty. How is everybody doing tonight? How are you doing, Dark9? Yeah, big shout outs. Let's hear it again for Chon. That's twitch.tv. Chon also is a streamer. Go and follow Racers, Makers, one and all. I'm doing okay. I wanted to fly my drone today, but then it rained a lot. Sony Slave, let's go. This is it. This is it. Yes! 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 Hype it up in chat. Sony Slave made it. Nicely done. Oh, yo, and that brings Blue Ribbon High Life, too, to the end. Yeah, that's a thing too. Endless Ascent is recognizing when a stall is in order, like when you're not actually moving forward, but you're stalling for time for some reason, and recognizing how to stall. Maybe you need to jump a little bit lower, hold the slow fall a little bit more, be as consistent as Blue Ribbon High Life. Well played, yo, sub 110. Well played. Everybody just ripping through that third section, man. As soon as they get there, they're just like, I know this. I'm ready. Well done. Yo, that was a great race. I mean, we still got Sony Slave working hard, but that's all. I think that's everybody through that's signed up. Excellent job. Excellent job. Y'all are kind and cool and wonderful. Great Romhack race players. Excellent Kaizoists, one and all. Thank you for being a part of this. This is excellent. This is a particularly fun one tonight. I probably say that every week at this point. But the levels just keep getting better and better. The racers keep getting better and better. And I am super proud of our community. We do great things. We're going to wrap it up tonight. We normally schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts, but you never know how long it's going to take. Everybody was quick tonight. We got another level next Saturday. Join us again right here, 8 o'clock Eastern. I don't know who our maker is, but I know they're going to be good because they got good skills. Mithrillionaire, oh yeah, Mithrillionaire, a good friend with the Mithrillionaire, owner of Cosmo the Cat. I mean, who really owns a cat? Caretaker, best friend of Cosmo the Cat. And Mithrillionaire's got a level for us tomorrow, or next week rather. You know it's going to be good. We'll be back here again. You can check out romhackraces.com if you want to check out the patch, learn a little bit more about us and what we do, or jump on our Discord server and hang out with us, say hey for the community. If you're interested in volunteering, making a level, or racing, there is information for that. Again, big shout outs to the offline racers tonight. I think we had some cool heated competition from the offline ones. Everybody's great. Everybody does really well. For me tonight, I am going to just chill for the rest of the evening. I kind of like my Saturday nights just being hanging out with me and my wife. So for my community, I will see you all again on Sunday. That's tomorrow. I'll probably be on a little earlier. But this is our community channel, so I don't want to self-promote too much. We're going to go raid Sony Slave for the evening. And like I said, I'll see you all again on Sunday. Y'all are excellent. Thank you for being a part of this. And don't forget, it's important. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's number one boy for it. We heard about that. And the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA plus lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled lives matter. You too. Don't forget, stick up for your friends and keep hacking the planet. Blue Ribbon, thanks for the raid. Come and join us. We're going to go say hey to Sony Slave. And yep, I'll see you all again over on GC7 stream tomorrow. But while I'm gone, while I'm off for the night, please go around and check out some other Kaizo streamers in our community. There are so many cool people playing a lot of ton hacks, brother. It fit many a loop. Thanks for being a part of this tonight, everybody. I will see you all again tomorrow. You're amazing. Keep it that way. I know you will. And be kind to each other. Peace.